Hey, I'm Anthony, and there's only one thing I like more than fishing, and that's catching. Welcome to OC Outdoorsman. Look at that. Look at that wing.
Oh, you could tell he's
Huge. All right, went straight to pedal drive. So I'm here at Jolla Shores, heading out in search of yellowtail. With me today is Dan from Lost Horizon Fishing. He's up ahead of me right now. I was messing with my fish finder and lost some ground to him, but I'm catching up. So yeah, right now we're on our way out to make some bait. Guys, say hi to Dan from Lost Horizon Fishing.
What's happening, guys?
We're in search of the elusive yellowtail. Check out that stealth fisher. That's the 555 model right there.
It is the perfect fishing kayak for launching in the surf, that's for sure.
Oh yeah. He made it look easy this morning.
That was one of the rare launches where I didn't get a drop of water on me. That never happens.
Okay, let's see here. I'm heading south, going parallel along the beach shoreline here. About 64 feet of water. And I am starting to heat up, thinking if I don't catch anything soon, I'm about to jump in this cool water. Look at how calm the waters are. If you didn't know any better, you'd think that I was on a big old lake. Conditions were just perfect today. Wow. Mackerel number 2 on the day. It's been so hard catching these guys. Nomad time. Here we go. Loosen up my drag a little bit. Put it in my rod holder. There we go. Trolling Nomad. Wow, as you head further south, there is this massive kelp forest right here. I should have brought shrimp. There's probably a ton of sheephead just thriving out here. Wow. The kelp is on the surface too. It is low tide, so this would be the perfect time to fish for sheephead. Holy, you know what? I'm going to mark this waypoint. This is a truly massive kelp forest. Wow. I'm going to probably have to switch to paddles in a bit because it's starting to get thick. Take a look. Oh. Look at all this kelp. And it goes way out towards the shoreline and then further south. Bet you if I cast out a scrimp right now, I would land a nice sheephead. This is great. Okay, marking the waypoint. Okay, I'm going to switch to a reverse dropper loop. I'm going to drop a live mackerel down below. I'm right on top of the kelp forest here. This might be a good spot to drop a live bait. So, okay, let's see what's down there. 54 feet of water. Fish on. Ah, came off. Something big latched onto the live mackerel and just took off. And unfortunately, I tried setting the hook too soon and I pulled the bait right out of his mouth. When I looked at the mackerel later, there were these two big bite marks right around his tail section. So, lesson learned. Going forward, you need to let that fish inhale the bait before you attempt to set that hook.
I couldn't tell if I was caught on the kelp or this guy does not feel very good, but hey, we'll take him.
I'm caught on the kelp.
Yeah, we're floating over a very large kelp forest here. Definitely a few fish down there. Pretty much all calicos.
Alright, I'm in the thick of this kelp forest, so I had to switch to paddles. I was surprised that there really wasn't too much action out here on top of the kelp bed, so here I'm paddling out. Now, one thing to note is if you use a pedal drive kayak, you will need to switch to paddles to navigate through here, only because if you try using your pedal drive, you will certainly get tangled up. So here I pulled up the drive and my rudder and I'm just heading back out into open water. At this point, we'd been pedaling for several hours, so we took a little break. And if you're wondering, I am wearing a thin 3.2mm wetsuit, and on top of that, I have a thin Columbia fishing shirt. Now, I wear it to deflect the heat. Because of this dark colored wetsuit, yeah, I'd get even hotter if I didn't have anything bright to deflect the sun. But in spite of that, with all the activity, I started to feel like I was overheating. So the best way to cool off in the summer is to jump in the ocean. Now, because we beach launched today, I had to wear a wetsuit, and unfortunately for me, my thinnest one was this 3mm suit, so I really started to heat up quickly when paddling around the open water. And this is really the only way for me to really cool down. I'm going to invest in maybe
it's like 71, 72 degrees, so
a rash guard, something really thin to wear underneath my shirt when out here, because even at 3mm, this suit was just way too thick. It was retaining the heat and I was burning up. But it was really great to take a little swim in the ocean, especially now in the summer. I wouldn't recommend this in the wintertime. Here's a bonus tip of the day. Notice how I reboard my kayak. I'm on the bow of the boat, and I do recommend this, especially if you're heavier, because you can put all of your weight onto the bow without risking flipping the entire kayak. I've seen people attempt this on the very side of the yak where the seat is, and it can be successfully done, but side entry from the middle section of your yak is a bit less stable. So the chances of you flipping it are much greater. So I do recommend re-entry from the bow of your kayak where you can put all of your weight on it. The nose will dip into the water, but it will not flip. refresher. It's good to test out the old life vest every now and then. It worked, kept me afloat. Now here's the most treacherous part about fishing from an unprotected beach, and that's landing your kayak. But check it out, conditions were so good, I was able to do this with relative ease. I just jumped out, grabbed the stern of my yak, and walked it right in. And this is another thing to remember about surf landings, to always control your kayak from the stern. Never jump in front of a kayak in an attempt to control it, because a big wave can push that heavy yak right into you if you're in the front or the bow. Always stay behind it. We put in a lot of work today. As you can see, we covered over 14 miles of water. Dan and I had, for the longest time, been trying to coordinate a time and a day to go fishing together, and this weekend, the stars finally aligned, and it was great. So be sure to subscribe to his channel, Lost Horizons Fishing. I'll put a link in the description below, and thank you for watching. And please be sure to give this video a thumbs up. It would really help out the channel. Thanks again.